Hi.
Hello.
Hi,
Good
everyone.
evening, guys. So happy Monday evening. And welcome to our webinar. Well, our 8 p.m. webinar.
Indeed.
um, okay, so guys, if you're out there watching, you're very welcome to join us. Tell us your name and where you are. Okay, so tell us where you are and your name, and we'll do a quick introduction ourselves. So if you don't know me already, my name is Lisa. So I'm from Ireland. I've been living in Italy for 2.5 years, and I work with Sean in Maies Meraviglie in Milan.
Hmm. Yes, I'm also from Ireland, and I've been in Milan just since September, so a bit shorter than Lisa.
hmm Just a tad. But yeah, so we're both actually from the same place in Ireland.
Yeah, very small part of Ireland, but still, we're both from it.
Yeah, exactly. Hello, welcome, Cinzia. Cinzia from Bologna is here.
Hi,
Welcome.
Cinzia.
Okay, you're welcome this evening.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cinzia, how are you doing in this situation? So, how are you surviving? I often ask the students this. It's like, what have you been doing to keep sane? Okay, to keep from going crazy. To keep from going crazy, please let us know. Sean, what have you been doing to try and stay, you know,
Um, well,
just
funny
normal
that
in these
everyone
days?
here is learning English because I've decided to try and learn German quite
Hmm.
randomly because it's a nice way to spend the time, it feels productive to try and learn a language. So I just chose German, and I mean I'm just on greetings at the moment, but so far
Mm-hmm.
so good. What have you been up
Very
to?
nice. Excellent. I've been doing some exercise at home a little bit, some days when I feel like it.
Yeah,
And I've been doing, I guess, to be honest, I've been doing like a bit of reading, a lot more cooking, a lot more cooking than I
good.
usually do.
Yeah,
So yeah, I've been cooking a lot more. But I would like to maybe, I don't know, do some more drawing or something like that.
yeah.
But I find it very hard to focus on it. Okay, and Shinsi, you're trying to improve your English. Fantastic. Okay, yeah, and I think a lot of people are taking this opportunity to practice and listen to more English with us, which is fantastic. So yeah, guys, I know there's a few more of you watching, so tell us your name, where you are, and what you've been doing recently with all our lovely free time that we now have.
Yeah.
If I'm to put it like that. Trying to stay positive.
Yeah.
Okay, exactly. As positive as we can stay at the moment.
Mm.
Okay, so today, or not today, for this webinar, we're going to be talking about wealth. Okay, about wealth. Okay, fantastic. So we have a few more people. So uh, Arnaldo and Valeria from Rome. Fantastic. Hello. And Antonella from Rome as well. Brilliant.
Good.
Okay, great. So, what we're going to talk about in this hour, okay? So, we're going to look at some wealth vocabulary, so some common phrases that we use when we talk about different levels of wealth, okay? So, common phrases you might hear in English that relate to money or different things like that, to a person's income or how they handle money. And also, we're going to discuss I suppose, the meaning, the significance of wealth in today's world. Okay, so in society, because obviously now a lot of the time people say we live in a very capitalist society, very money focused, money driven. So just to discuss this a little bit and negotiating. Okay, we can do some negotiating.
Sure, I'm up for that.
Yeah. We can. Okay, I think it's negotiating phrases. Okay, negotiating phrases for money. Okay, so we have some opening questions. Do you want to read these, Sean?
Sure. So, number one, what are the best ways to save money? Number two, what are the worst ways to waste money? Number three, how important is wealth in today's society? Big,
Okay.
big questions.
Hmm. Okay. So, guys, give us your thoughts on these questions. Okay, I would say actually at the moment, one of the best ways to save money is to be in quarantine. Uh,
Oh. Are you saving money? Because
are you not?
bizarrely, no, because you know what I'm doing? I'm going to the supermarket, and when I go to the supermarket, I buy absolutely everything I want to because I think,
Ah,
I'm in quarantine, I deserve all the food that I normally wouldn't buy. So no, I'm
wow.
spending more money in the supermarket than I ever have before.
Okay, so maybe I'm lucky. I don't live near a supermarket.
Okay, okay.
So I can't procrastinate by going to the supermarket because actually now it takes a
Mm.
trip to the supermarket takes me about 2 hours
Oh
because
God.
I have to go there and I have to stand in the queue
Yeah,
to
yeah.
stand in the line to get in. So actually, I suppose in a way
Mm.
I'm lucky. I can't just go and spend money.
I mean,
um,
that's difficult though if it's 2 hours. I mean, mine is
yeah.
only 5 minutes down the road, and the longest I've been queuing so far is 20 minutes. How
Oh,
long have
that's
you
good.
been queuing?
The longest was about an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh God, that's a very long time.
Yeah, so in that case, what I do is I just go and I get a lot of food to last
Yeah,
for a long time.
yeah,
But that does include treats, of course, because
yeah.
um, but yeah, so it makes me want to go less because it's not as straightforward.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, so guys, let us know what do you think are the best ways to save money and also the worst ways to waste money. Okay. How could we explain? So wasting money. What would be another way to say this? To waste money.
To not use it in a productive way, to use it on things you don't need or excessive things that are not necessary.
Exactly. Yeah. So spend money on unnecessary things.
Mhm.
Hmm. Okay. And then welcome. So Renzo from Milan, welcome.
Hi, Renzo.
Um, okay. And Arnaldo and Valeria. So just remember when you're talking about so us, okay, us, the two of us. But when you're talking about your opinion, it's our opinion. So in our opinion. Okay. Okay. So actually we'll take a look at this because there's a couple of things we could change here. So in our opinion, the best way is so we would probably just say to go shopping in a discount shop.
Mm,
Okay, in a discount shop. Because shoppery in English is not a word. But you can say a discount shop. Okay, or you can say to buy things from a discount shop or a discount store if you want. Okay.
mm.
But yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so maybe a shop that has things that are on sale or they're more cost effective.
Mm.
So this one here that Cinzia says, worst convulsive way. What do we think
I
she
think
means
she
by
means
this?
compulsive, maybe,
Mm,
which is
okay,
a
so
difference, an important difference, I think.
yeah, because convulsion is like when you shake. It's like a
Yeah,
something that happens.
uncontrollable shaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but compulsion is also, yes, see,
Don't
she has it
worry.
herself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, when you can't control your impulse to buy something, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we would call that compulsive shopping or buying.
Mm.
Okay, compulsive.
I would also say an impulse buy. Would you use that term?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, exactly. Because compulsive, I guess, compulsive shopping, it's more talking about that you have a problem. Whereas an impulse buy, we say specifically, like this was an impulse buy, one particular thing, an impulse buy.
Mm.
No need to apologize, Cinzia. Don't worry. I'm guessing it was autocorrect. Autocorrect always gets me when I'm typing, so don't worry.
Mm.
Any other examples for you, Sean? What obviously not quarantine, but what are the best ways for you to save money?
Saving money, I guess for me it's not eating out, not buying lunch in town, not
Mm,
buying dinner in town. If you just eat either food that you've prepared yourself and brought with you, or just eat at home, for me it cuts a huge amount of spending out.
yeah, that's true. Exactly, like bringing your lunch to work when you go to work, and things like this, they can save a lot of money.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, Arnaldo says so in this particular period, it's easier. So easier because we stay at home. Exactly. So we're staying at home. So for most people, not for Sean. Uh,
Yeah.
and then, so in my opinion, the best way to save money is to buy only the necessary things. Okay, necessary things. Exactly. And we can say to buy the essentials. To buy only the
Listen,
essentials.
the
Yeah,
essentials.
the essentials. So the things you need, the essentials. Okay. And Cinzia said buying. So I know you corrected this. Buying with special prices. Or could we say, I know sometimes in adverts they say special prices, but what could we say instead, Sean?
Well, you could say discount or bargain. Bargain is also a good word.
Exactly. Because usually in English we'd say like, okay, they can't say we have a special price for this, but a lot of the time we'll say it has a discount or it's a bargain. Okay, a
Mm.
bargain. So it's cheaper than than it should be. Okay, a bargain. Just like this. Okay, discounts or bargains. Yeah, or sales. Exactly,
Yeah.
Jinsya. Brilliant. Okay, really good. And then to waste money. Okay, so to waste money. What are the worst ways to waste money in society? There are lots of ways.
Yeah.
um, I think for me, I always find I waste money on like kind of that, like we said, the impulse buying.
Yeah.
So it's those things you just decide, oh, I'm gonna get that.
What kind of things do you impulse buy?
Like for example, I am very susceptible to advertising.
Really? You used to
Sometimes
work in
I know,
advertising, no?
I know, I know,
You should know better.
I know. I get tricked. I get tricked. So sometimes when I'm scrolling online and I see something, like for example, I wanted to get new earphones,
Mm.
not these ones for my phone. And I saw an advert for AirPods. They're like cheaper AirPods.
Yeah.
And within like 2 seconds, I had them bought. Like two
Right.
seconds. So like that. And then the other day, I almost bought a treadmill.
Wow, that's a big purchase, no?
Because it was actually really cheap. It was
Well, I
again,
mean, if you
yeah,
use the things, it's never a waste. But often, if you order online, you never end up using them. I
yeah,
find with clothes, I always buy clothes and then I never wear them. I wear the same things all the time. They just go in the wardrobe.
exactly. I think online shopping is actually dangerous for your for your savings,
Yeah.
or generally just your money. I think online shopping is a really easy way to spend money without realizing it.
Mm, definitely, definitely.
So guys, tell us for you guys or in your experience what have been maybe the most common ways of wasting money. And then
Mm.
also the last question as well that we'll look at. So how important is wealth in today's society? Okay, how important is wealth in today's society? So what do you think about this? What do you think about it, Sean?
Ooh, it's a big, big question. I think it's only getting more important now. I mean, they say that the gap between the rich and the poor is getting bigger and bigger. And I think there's a real culture now for kind of lifestyle blogging and things like this, where everybody is very kind of materialistic about luxury clothes, luxury houses and holidays and things like this. I think the pressure is on to be to be wealthy. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's a really good point you said there about kind of people being a bit more materialistic. And I do think that I really do think that for people who spend maybe too much time on social media, there is that pressure. There is the pressure to, I guess, to have these brand name products, to be seen, to be going on these luxury holidays. Um, I, I know not everyone is affected by this, but I think some people are very influenced by this appearing to have an amazing lifestyle. um, but unfortunately, given the situation, there are going to be a lot of problems around the world in terms of
Yeah,
money
God.
in the coming months.
Mm, mm,
So yeah, let us
yeah,
know what you guys think about this. So we want to hear your opinions. Okay.
mm,
Um, but yeah, I do think there definitely is a massive, and unfortunately, it just keeps getting worse. Like for
mm,
example, even the UK, the government wanted to not really at first they didn't want to confront the virus because
yeah,
they were worried about money.
yeah. I
So
mean, it's showing that we don't put enough priority on things other than money, and the fact that, we can't take a pause for a week or two. The way the system is set up, we all have to be working all the time and making money. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense to me.
yeah, it's true. Okay, so we have some answers to question number 2. Okay. Fantastic, Renzo. I love it. The worst way to waste money is to keep opening shopping apps during quarantine. Yeah. That's what they want us to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think online shopping, it's something you can do when you're bored. Um, s-
And I mean, if you just go browsing, you'll always find one thing that you think, "Oh, I will buy that," I think. So you shouldn't open the page. You just have to
mm,
stay away.
yeah, exactly. It's very hard though sometimes. It's the impulse. And then Antonella, the worst way to waste money is to buy cream and makeup. Ah, okay. Yeah, so cosmetics. Yeah, so creams and makeup because normally I I buy it. So normally I buy it, but I don't use it because if you're talking normally is like usually. So we speak in general. So normally I buy it, so present simple, I buy it, but I don't use it. Okay. Yeah, I think this is something a lot of people say that they buy products and then they never use them. And my friends say this. I don't buy much makeup, but I've heard of this being a problem.
Yeah. Makeup is so expensive. I mean, I can't believe how much people spend on makeup.
I know it is. It's crazy, and it's such a huge industry. Um, okay. Do you want to read this one, Sean?
Now, this question is very important because people often choose their friends as Our wallet. I don't really understand the point being made here. What do you think Arnaldo is trying to say?
I think is it in relation to kind of having friends who have the same amount of money as us,
Mm,
potentially?
yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's just that money is kind of infecting every part of our lives, even friendships.
Yeah, or even yeah, I don't know. Actually, maybe Armando, or sorry, Arnaldo. Maybe if you could clarify what you mean by this.
Yeah,
Okay, just let us
yeah,
know because we're just having a little bit of trouble understanding exactly what you mean there.
yeah. It is certainly
Okay.
very awkward if you have a friend who has more money or less money than you. It's a touchy
Mm.
subject.
I remember actually, I had a very good friend in university. Um, and you're in university, you're on a quite a strict budget.
Yeah, yeah,
But she had a very high allowance. To be honest, she came from
yeah,
I would say, a much wealthier family
yeah,
than me. And basically, I just couldn't keep up with her lifestyle. So I lost her
yeah.
as a friend because I seemed
Really?
boring. Yeah, I seemed boring in comparison
All right.
because I couldn't afford to be going out every night and doing all these like ski holidays and activities.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. No, yeah, I mean, I've had similar experiences. I mean, the university I went to, there was so many, rich people. And I think I certainly come across as quite posh. So they always assumed that I had money to be doing these things. I just didn't, it was always a bit awkward. So
Yeah, it's very funny as like that as well. People have a perception of wealth about a person
yeah,
based on your clothes, or I don't know, also just maybe yeah, like simple thing like that, like your accent.
yeah. I mean, certainly in the kind of English speaking British Isles world, your accent is very important for your class identity and things like that.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Um, so Arnaldo is just saying that the point he was making is that it's too important. Okay, so wealth is it definitely we could say it holds too much importance for people.
Yeah.
Okay, too much importance. Okay, so guys, let us know what you think about this question. And yeah, just kind of your experiences or your thoughts on this. Okay, this is a good point actually.
Yeah.
So Antonella says, in my opinion, in today's societies, uh, so in today's society, we can just say wealth. So wealth is important for health. Okay, wealth is important for your health. It's funny because we have that saying, your health is your wealth. So it's kind of the reverse of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's true because if you can afford better healthcare,
Mhm.
it's probably a benefit for people. Because if you can't afford good healthcare, then you're probably going to have to wait longer for treatments. You're probably going to have to wait longer for different things. Would you agree with that,
Mhm.
Sean?
Yeah, and I think even something as simple as eating healthy is actually quite
Mm.
expensive when you have to account for the time and, the product getting good produce. So yeah, it's difficult to be as healthy as you can be without a good bit of money.
Yeah, exactly. It's so true. I
Mm.
agree with that as well. Yeah, eating healthy is actually very expensive.
Mm.
And really good here. So do you want to read this one, Sean?
Wealth is really important nowadays, but as Sean said, people keep working most of their life, and at the end, we don't even enjoy the money, which is a sad thing, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I always think about how people, like, your older relatives, they die and they leave you money. And I mean, it's nice for us that are left, but they worked all their life and they never used their money. I always find it strange.
Mm.
But it's a kind of a part of the culture, you have to keep working. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. There's a balance, I think, and we've gone too far, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think at least in most. I think nowadays, in comparison to maybe 20 years ago, I think people are now learning to kind of make the most of what they have and not just waiting for retirement. Because I think
Yeah.
that in general, there is a sense that like life is too short. Let's take that holiday. Um, yeah, things like this. But yeah, we could go down a tunnel of depression, which I don't want to. um, okay, so here, so Arnaldo, the modern society is we would say consumerist. Is a consumerist society. Um, consumerist, I think, in this case, and wealth is very important to have a good. So we could probably just say a good lifestyle. Okay, a good lifestyle. Wealth is important to have a good lifestyle. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so society is quite consumerist. Okay, because we say a consumerist culture. I'll just put that in the chat so you can see the spelling. Consumerist. A consumerist culture. Okay, really good. Okay, so just like this, consumerist culture.
Yeah.
So then, looking at some vocabulary. Okay, some vocabulary. So these are quite common and you probably know them. But what we want to do is to match the vocabulary to the opposite. Okay, to the opposite. Okay, so in this case, so wealthy. So guys, what is the opposite to wealthy?
Mm.
This might take a while.
Yeah.
Or would we just match them up ourselves?
Maybe the first one anyway, because
Hmm.
sometimes they get through them and then the comments
Yeah.
come through.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's
Okay.
broke, yeah?
So yeah, exactly. So so yeah, so someone who is wealthy has a lot of money. Someone who is broke. I see this can be confusing. Someone who is broke has no money.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
broke. So I don't think this is a common term that people know usually, but we use it a
No.
lot in English.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
very intuitive, is it?
No, it's very different from Italian. Um, so yeah, so we would say, for example, if I am coming to the end of the month and I have very little money, I would often say I'm broke or I'm so broke. Okay, it means I don't have much money. Okay, I don't have much money, but we would use it very commonly.
Mm.
But it can also mean like poor. Okay, if someone is broke, they can be poor. But we commonly use it to say I don't have much money. Hmm. Okay, so I know it's a bit confusing. And then, Sean, the opposite of to borrow.
To lend.
Hmm, exactly. So sometimes this can be a little bit confusing as well, because if I ask you, okay, can you lend me a pen? Okay, can you lend me a pen? Okay,
Mm.
so I'm asking for someone to give me something and I give it back. Okay, to lend. So that's the person giving you something. So generally, you borrow money from the bank. Okay, so you take money from the bank lends you the money, and you have to give it back. I think sometimes it's very confusing.
Yeah, maybe it's one word in Italian. I can't remember offhand, but it's the different perspectives in English. We use different words.
Mm, exactly. Yeah. Okay, guys, and then to
Mhm.
earn. Okay, to earn. So the opposite of to earn money.
To spend, I think.
Mm-hmm. So to earn, we use a lot. For example, like talking about earn, it's how much money you make. You make. So you earn money from your job. Okay, your income. Your income. But obviously to spend, you're giving it away. And then something that is valuable. So something that has value. The opposite.
Worthless.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Worthless.
Okay. If I, for example, I had what valuable. Okay, it has a lot of value. Okay, it has a lot of worth and money. I could make a lot of money from it. But then if it's worthless, it's not worth any money. Okay, there's no value to it.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, a weird one is
Okay.
that priceless is positive and worthless is negative.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a funny one.
Yeah, exactly. Um, but if we say like something is priceless, usually what are we talking about? Priceless.
And priceless means that it has a huge amount of value, that it's you can't value it. It's so valuable. There's no amount of money
Mm,
that would justify it.
exactly. So yeah, you can't. So you can't give a specific amount to it. It's priceless. Okay, priceless, like a priceless air or something. And then the opposite to frugal.
Um, frivolous.
Exactly. Okay. So frugal is someone who doesn't spend a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, I think in Ireland anyway, we say someone is mean or tight-fisted. Other
Hmm.
words, but frugal, yeah. Mm.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm just putting. Okay. Exactly. Whereas a frivolous spender is someone who just, like we said, someone who's maybe an impulse buyer. They're very frivolous.
Mm.
Okay, really good. Excellent. A couple of you guys got that as well. And then the last leave, the opposite is to waste. Okay. So to this. Okay. So this might be a bit difficult to explain, or well, not to explain, for people to know. To get rich fast. Have any of you guys heard of this? So a get rich quick scheme.
Yeah, we also have the kind of idiom rags to riches, which is a similar kind of meaning.
Hmm, exactly. So what could we say it means? So rags to riches.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Sorry. I was going to say, what could we say rags to riches mean?
Well, the classic example is Cinderella. You go from having nothing, from wearing rags. Rags are clothes that are ripped in bad condition, to riches, to having money and lots of very positive things around you. And from rags to riches, like that, all of a sudden.
Exactly. Yeah, like sometimes you hear this like rags to riches story about a celebrity who came from a very poor family, and then I don't know, they became successful and then they became very rich, and then they had lots of money. So sometimes people love these stories.
It's inspiring, isn't it?
Yeah. So guys, let us know. Do you know any get rich fast schemes? Okay. So I would say get rich fast or get rich quick as well. We use a lot. Okay, the belief.
Hmm.
Okay. So in terms of a belief, so in this case it's that the people so people have a strong, I guess, actually, how can I explain this? Faith, strong faith.
Yeah. Something you believe is going to happen, something that you have confidence, you have faith will happen or will
Yeah,
come in the future.
yeah, exactly. Because in this case, people who believe in something like that, they believe that they will get rich fast. They have a belief or a faith that this will happen because they want it to. Sean, have you ever come across any get rich fast schemes or anything like this?
Well, I mean, there's the standard kind of scam advertisements and phone calls and yeah, things like that. And some people, I don't know, some people get involved in sponsored things on Instagram here and there, sign up and join or something. But for me, I've absolutely no interest.
Yeah, exactly. I think something that I commonly think about this is like pyramid schemes. Pyramid schemes. So
Yeah,
people who try to sell you something that they're selling for another company, and it's massively overpriced.
yeah.
Yeah, so Arnaldo, so it can be, I guess, it's something to do with like actors, but sometimes it can also be, for example, people who think that they're going to be very successful in business. Okay, people who think they can be very
Mm,
successful in business. They want to get rich fast. So it can be a range of things. Okay, so for example, people who we would say are entrepreneurs, like entrepreneurs.
mm,
So maybe they want to have a very successful idea so that they can earn a lot of money quickly. Quickly. Whereas usually a lot of successful people, they steadily earn their money over time. Okay, over time. So it's, I guess, in my opinion, I would say it's something that's not very realistic. Would you agree, Sean?
yeah, I would agree. I don't know anyone who really gets rich fast in a way that lasts for a long time without putting in some kind of work or effort to maintain their wealth or money.
Exactly. So yeah, so kind of the idea of getting rich fast is don't put in much effort. You don't really work for it. So it is
Mm,
very unrealistic.
yeah,
And yeah, so Antonella, like football players, okay, maybe as well, football players, maybe they get rich fast, but also maybe they work for their success. It really
yeah.
depends. They're good
And I mean,
examples.
they earn so much because after 30 they won't work ever again. So they have
Mm,
to have a good incentive to go down that career route.
yeah, exactly. So we might look at question number 3. Okay, so would you rather get rich fast? Okay, so get rich fast. So, for example, to get rich fast, you can win the lottery. That's an example as well, to win the lottery. Or would you earn your money steadily, so over time? Sean, what would you prefer?
Well, I mean, if it's on the table, I would prefer to get rich fast, I think. No?
Yeah, I think if it's an option, why not?
Like sometimes for lottery winners, the offer is, do you want it all at once or installments over time? So
Mm.
I don't know, it depends. Because I mean, I would trust myself not to spend everything and to leave myself with nothing. So I think I would get rich fast. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. I think some people believe that if you get rich fast, or like if you, for example, you get a lot of money without effort, that you won't appreciate it as much, which is true, but you wouldn't say no, probably.
Yeah.
So, guys, let us know what you think. Let us know what you prefer and why. Okay, what you prefer and why. Mm. Uh, and then also, would you like to have an unlimited amount of wealth?
Yeah. Yes,
Why
please.
not? Sounds nice. Then you
Yeah.
can buy all the snacks you want.
Is that what you would do? Snacks?
No, no. I'd probably
Well, I
travel.
would, I would, I would give it all to charity. I would cure world hunger myself.
Oh, wow. Whereas I just buy Kit Kat bars.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do anything with lots of money. In this society, you can get anywhere with
Yeah.
money, I think.
Okay, so Antonella says the second option. Okay, so she would prefer to earn her money steadily, and so would Arnaldo and Valeria. And this is a good point by Cinzia. I like this. So get rich fast, probably get poor fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably true. Yeah, I
Mm,
think some people who maybe they don't appreciate their money, they probably don't manage their money well. Okay, so they probably lose the money very
yeah,
quickly.
definitely.
And Kiara, very good. So I prefer to earn my money steadily. Okay, so steadily, remember the I there, steadily, because I prefer a steady job. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so you prefer the routine. Okay, they're very level-headed, I would say.
Would you retire if you won the lottery, or would you still want to work?
I think I'd still work in some capacity.
Okay.
You,
I,
you hear you hear how I say some capacity there.
yeah, yeah. It's probably sensible to do something with yourself, but I'd be
Yeah,
tempted not to myself.
I know. I just think I like some form of routine. But
Yeah,
again, I guess I'd probably, I don't know. I guess I'd have to think about it because it depends. Because it could be nice to do something where you could work and travel,
yeah.
um, to have more freedom.
Hmm.
And I suppose if money was no object, you could just like start your own business because it doesn't really matter if it goes well.
Yeah, you can invest, try different things. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, very good. So now rich fast and then earn money steadily.
Best of both
Okay.
worlds.
So you're having a backup plan as well. Very good. Okay. So these are some other money expressions I'd like to take Spanish. Okay. I can't afford it. Okay. So I can't afford it. What do we think this means? I can't afford it. It cost me an arm and a leg.
That's a nice one.
Hmm. My boss is really tight when it comes to money. Money doesn't grow on trees, unfortunately. And my uncle is loaded. Okay. So very good, Cinzia. So you said it's too expensive. I can't afford it. Exactly. So it's too expensive. Okay, it's too expensive. Have enough money. Okay, I don't have enough money. It's too expensive. Okay then, and Sean, it cost me an arm and a leg. What does this mean?
It was really expensive.
Yeah, exactly. An arm and a leg.
Yes, because they're worth a lot to you, so it's expensive.
Hmm. And then, does anyone know? So my boss is really tight when it comes to money. So like we said earlier, Sean said tight-fisted,
Mm,
and sometimes we just say tight.
yeah.
So just give you a little bit of time to come back with the answers. Then we're looking for money doesn't grow on trees. My uncle is loaded, and then he makes a killing. Which one of these, Sean, would you use the most? Which one? Which one of these expressions?
I don't know. I mean, I can't afford it is fairly standard. Um, or I wouldn't. I don't. I wouldn't use tight. I would use mean myself.
Ah, okay, yeah. So it probably just depends.
Yeah, it does. But the meaning is the same there.
Yeah, exactly. I think lots of people have different ways to say that. Like we said earlier, frugal as
Mm,
well is kind of like tight. Uh, yeah, okay, really good, guys. Excellent. So my boss matches with he doesn't like to spend money. Okay, he doesn't like to spend money. And then Kiara, very good. Money doesn't go on trees. Money isn't free. Money isn't free. And then loaded. I think this is quite colloquial. Loaded. He's loaded.
yeah.
Or like that family is loaded.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I would say well off
Hmm.
or he does well. Those are the phrases I would use.
Okay. Well off.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, really good, Kiara. So he has a lot of money. Okay, so yeah, the difference here is loaded or to be well off. They already have it. Okay, they have quite a lot of money. Whereas to make a killing is about earning money. Okay, he
Yeah.
earns a lot of money. Okay, so yeah, we have lots of different ways, I guess. Another, so it cost me an arm and a leg. I could also say it cost me a fortune. A fortune
Yeah.
cost me a fortune, or it cost a fortune. Um, Winkle is well off. Um, trying to think of alternatives. He ma- he makes a lot of money. Yeah, that's very
Hmm.
okay. So guys, we're almost at the end of this webinar, but let us know if you have any questions. Okay, so I know there's a lot of terminology in this lesson, so it's just more to go through them with you guys and ask you some questions as well. Okay. So if there are no questions, we might just finish there for this evening. But as you know, tomorrow again there will be more webinars from 9 to 9 every hour. So feel free to join. Okay. So guys, thank you so much for
Okay,
your
bye
participation. It was
everyone.
lovely to talk to you. Have a great evening.
Yeah, yeah, thank you everyone. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.